Quick disclaimer before the video starts. The manga I'm talking about today involves a lot of so if you're uncomfortable with that subject matter, I recommend you check out some of the other videos on this channel. Oh look, another random shonen anime. Let me just take a little... Okay, so I'm sure everyone here has heard of this anime because stuff I can't show you on YouTube. Some people are like me and are probably wondering, what does this series have that's special other than the... And to that end, as someone who's finally caught up on all the manga, not much. It's pretty much the same normal shonen stuff you'd see in any other anime. Eagle Eye. Let me tell you one last thing. The name of my holy armament is... Its ability is the stick improvement. By the time you entered the range, you had already lost. NANI? But the difference between this anime and those is this one has some thrown in. I don't mean to say that casually because I don't care, but the main reason it's in the story seems to be shock value. The first time it happens, it's definitely shocking, but after you read or watch the show, and it happens literally more than 10 times, yes, I've counted, at a certain point it's more like... Oh, it's just this again. It's not handled like Goblin Slayer or Berserk, or any grimdark anime where it's serious and handled with realistic consequences and weight. In this show, it kinda just happens when a character loses, which makes it really tasteless here. On the somewhat bright side, at least they don't discriminate by gender. But what about the other stuff? Surely there's more to it than just that. Well, one, Gwen's in it. But seriously, the story otherwise is just a pretty basic revenge story. Sometimes they try to have cute moments where all the characters have a wholesome little chuckle, but then you as the reader remember how they ended up with the main character and... Yeah, it's not that cute when you think about it like that, is it? There's only one character with the main group that wasn't and brainwashed to join them, so that's a thing that'll sit in the back of your brain for most of the story. Along with the fact the main character calls them toys almost every single opportunity he gets, it's hard for most of the side character building moments to feel meaningful, along with the fact they aren't built much upon anyway after they first get and join the main group, and it doesn't seem like the writer plans on doing that moving forwards either. It's one of the few shows / manga that I've seen where I literally don't root for a single character. The main character isn't much better than any of the villains, other than the fact that he the bad guys, or leaves them to be, which other than his healing is his most defining character trait. He's basically just a crazy Kirito Italian fusion. He's just your everyday smart, somewhat overpowered protagonist. Incompetent wretch! As a whole, this show is an edgy average anime with a lot of thrown in. I'm not entirely sure who would even recommend this to. As someone who's caught up on the manga and the anime at the moment, I can't really say I'd recommend it to anybody. In a different, darker mindset. In the case where people like sex scenes or just to see that tag, I'd recommend you just go to an hentai or something, because even if you're here for that, they don't get into it the way that you'd probably want them to get into it. And anyway, this probably isn't the show you'd want to anyways. So yeah, if you were to personally ask me for a rating, I'd probably tell you it's a 4 or 5 out of 10. Once you get past the initial shock of happening, there isn't really much to hook you in unless you care for the revenge story or the themes in general. Hello and welcome to the end of the video. I'm happy you made it, but first, before I end it all off, I'm gonna hit you with some unscripted thoughts. So I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, you're just a snowflake, bro. Oh, you're just offended by the book. I don't care what was in the book. I don't care that it's that's happening, right? Because it's fictional, you know. If it, like IRL, it's a horrible, horrendous thing. In fiction, it's, you know... My problem is, it's not used to push any plot points. I mean, like, the first time, I kinda get it. Like, it kinda makes sense from, like, a dark setting thing. If this whole book was set in like a grim dark setting, and it was handled seriously like through most of it, I would be fine with it. I think the book would probably be really good if it went in that direction. But the thing is, they try to go into this normal shonen direction, where it's just like, aha, look at us, aha! This shit don't fly. You can't get away with going to that after what I've already seen happen. If the main character used his powers creatively to like torture the main villains like horribly and just do like some Mortal Kombat horrible awful fatalities with some gruesome scenes, I think I would like it more. Like if it was just a grimdark anime with really brutal revenge scenes, or maybe even if they kept all the blank scenes, you know, I'm gonna say blank because I'm not censoring this part. Even if they kept all those scenes, but they made it stay more serious and not with all the little cutesy uh-oh I would love this. I think this would probably be one of my favorite animes or mangas out of this season, just because of how different it would be. But as it stands, it seems to just be controversial just because that it doesn't add anything to the story, like writing wise. It's just a thing that happens. With that, I guess I'm just gonna end off the video because that's mainly what I wanted to say. So, you know, I appreciate you for being here. I hope you like and subscribe. I want to see you every single time I upload. I try to upload daily. Main word being try. Also check out these videos that are on the screen in front of you, you know. Excellent videos on both sides, you know. And I'll talk to you guys later.